As long as we do the offensive God asks us to do, then we will take care of the He will take care of the defensive and protect us. If you are going to be a partner with us, then you must cooperate with us on everything we do. I don't want to hear of anyone having different motives or strategic objectives. Jews, Christians, and Muslims need to have a combined strategy of spreading the love of our Father, the God of Abraham, to the world. And the only way to do this is to accept that we are all the same. Don't hate me. I am what I am. This is every man for God versus every man for himself. This is really a great strategy. We get to do what we want in every country, and any country that tries to stop us looks like a dictator trying to crush the will of their own people. Am I capable of carrying out some action that most would consider normally unexcusable to get this battle started? Yes, but I would prefer not to if I don't have to. We're getting tired of turning the other cheek. All we have tried to do is get you to wear the righteous clothes of Christ and walk in holiness with us so you don't have to be an evil person. And all you've done is resist us. I have cried unto God about this, and He has heard me. And do you know what He tells me? Take charge of the situation. Don't physically hurt you, but slap the spiritual shit out of you to force you to stop persecuting us. I've only borrowed from your own words to give you what you've been doing to us all along. You've been trying to slap the spiritual life out of us, so I'm going to try to slap the spiritual death out of you. You've asked for this by what you have been doing to us, but please realize I do this because of love for you, while you were doing it to us because of hate. It's to show you that I'm willing to go the extra mile to get you to be the sons of your Father in heaven, instead of the sons of the evil one. I'm doing it to make you a neighbor instead of an enemy, so that you can become one of us. I pray you understand that what I'm doing is for your own good, and it is righteous and not unrighteous. And please, don't curse me for it either, because this is not just against the unbeliever. Even some of my own brothers who have always loved God and done their part for God's kingdom are getting knocked around a little. I am the risen Jesus Christ, and I'm raining down this same greeting on everyone, because I really do love all of you, and I want to make all of you perfect, because our Heavenly Father is perfect. And as far as God is concerned, the believer hasn't done much more than you, since neither one of you have accepted you are one of His divine children, and therefore neither one of you will get the reward of His love until you do. After no resistance to the evil person, and they will destroy themselves, so we have to help them. We are going to resist the wicked. We are going to utterly destroy it. You have been offering the world your right cheek for long enough, which is your way of explaining the scriptures. And all those who are evil have continued to do wrong and strike down everything you have said. They have continued to be sinners. That is why the scriptures say, do not resist the evil person, and let those who are unclean continue to be unclean. Because God knew they are so vile, they would not listen no matter how righteous what you tell them is. So do as the scriptures say, and offer them the other cheek, which is my cheek. This is what God has planned for you to do all along. He knew they wouldn't listen to the scriptures when they were offered by you in a veiled over non-judgmental way to get them to do what is righteous, right? And now they get to hear me tell them in a pure, straightforward way to clean them and make them holy, and in a completely judgmental way. They have no excuse for not listening now, and will be rewarded with punishment if they choose not to. Maybe they'll realize they should have listened to you, instead of waiting till I return so they could have been first with you instead of last. And if it wasn't for the fact that our Father is all merciful, they wouldn't be in God's kingdom at all. God's scriptures were written this way in order to save and bring perfection to the most number of people. They were written to be explained one way in the beginning and another way in the end. Those that did what God wanted before I came are alphas, and those that were a little hard of hearing and had to wait until I returned and unsealed the Bible for them before they would worship God and believe are the omegas in my kingdom. You may think I caught you unawares, but the truth is, I let your leaders know well in advance of my coming. So if you were surprised, you need to blame them if you want to blame someone. And anyway, the Bible has been saying all along I would come, so there really is no excuse. You should have been prepared regardless of what they did or did not do. I know to some of you this may seem suicidal, but I can assure you in all seriousness that I have no masochistic or self-destructive tendencies. I fully intend to live out my days as King of New Jerusalem, if at all possible. God is the first and the last, the Alpha and the Omega. And in His kingdom there are those who are first and those who are last. Those who are the Alphas and those who are the Omegas. God is all in all. If you have tattoos that are questionable nature, they must be covered up before you can enter my kingdom. These would include devils, skulls, tombstones, spiderwebs, snakes, gang pictures and sayings, and anything else that is deemed inappropriate. You must have known when you chose them that it was not something God would have approved of, but you still did it. So don't get upset if I require that you do something you don't approve of. Covering up tattoos that have anything to do with the dark side will be required. There's no exceptions. If you have a tattoo that will be required to be covered, but you refuse because you like it too much to do that, then I refuse to let you in my kingdom. If you choose to keep a tattoo instead of choosing God, then you deserve to be in hell with all the other freaks who prefer their way over God's way. You may keep only those tattoos that are a pure nature. I don't have a problem with you having a tattoo with your wife's name that says something like I love Nanette or Michelle or Lydia or whatever your wife's name happens to be. And of course tattoos with your kid's name in it, like Crystal and Christopher, surrounded by a heart to show your love for them, would also be acceptable. But anything else you should be careful about getting, because it would be a shame to have to cover up or remove a tattoo right after getting it.